Huh, I wonder what that shiny thing is way over there. Let's go check it out. Oh, it's the bayou. Huh. I wonder why this Nimrod didn't just use the bridge to come across the creek, or currently dried up creek. Huh. That crazy Nimrod. What was he thinking? He thought he could get across that creek. He took a nosedive in, and he was stupid. He lifted the nose out while pushing the throttle. He just about ran himself over. And then he decided instead of backing out, he would try to rev it forward out. Well, this is what he did. He didn't put the winch in the right place. Well, he wanted to use the winch for pulling weeds, but he didn't know he was going to get stuck like this. He should have mounted it up here so he could pull himself out from that tree. And there's not really anything up there. I mean, I'd have to go through poison oak to pull it out from that tree, and I'm very much so allergic to poison oak, so I'm not going to do that. Well, crap. We've got a dilemma to solve, guys. Poison oak, use a winch and probably drain this battery, or get the mule and risk getting in trouble from Hugh. And I don't want him to know that I got stuck, because he's going to be pretty upset if I tell him I got stuck. So I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I mean, look, that's the bridge level right there. The back rack is at the bridge level. Why didn't I just use the bridge? I don't know. So I wanted to see if I could go through the washed out area. That's not so bad, but this is the major one. Hey, it disappeared. Oh, the idiot pulled himself out with the winch he installed the other day. Yeah. Well, first he trampled through the poison oak. He decided, hey, he was only going to get it on his legs if anywhere. Hooked it up to the tree, and by that time he only had 2 wraps on the winch drum. It was just the perfect amount of cable, and he pulled himself out, moved the bridge because the front tire was hitting it, because he didn't stand on the back to lift the front tire up and on the bridge. Then he pulled himself up a little bit. The winch couldn't pull it up, so he had to back it up, kind of up the bank as the winch was pulling on it. But all in all, he got it up. It's sitting here only on the winch. Huh. Man, am I an idiot. I'm glad I had that winch on there. I'll just wind her up. I don't want to wind it through the poison oak. I'll hook it up to some other tree and pull it up the hill to wind it up. I'm not hooking it up to poison oak. So, or winding it up through poison oak, so yeah. Let's do that. Alright guys, let me give you a hint on winches. Most of my friends don't take the extra few minutes to wrap up their cable nice and neat like this. Well, now their winch cables are broken, knotted, or kinked, or they have spines in them. This winch is only been on the quad about 2 weeks, but for the rest of the winch's life, I'm going to very carefully wrap up the wire nice and tight under a load of about 500 pounds. I went up a hill to this poison oak covered tree, is what I did, with the brake latched, just so it gives it about 500 pounds of pull, so you get the cables nice and tight. I already have it hooked up to my hitch down there, right there. So, but guys, just take the extra couple minutes. It only took me 5 minutes moving that toggle switch and adjusting this with, I should have been wearing gloves, but adjusting this with my hand as it went through. Just take the extra few minutes. It'll very much lengthen the life of your winch cable. Now you can get a winch with an electronic, whatever you call it, an electronic guide or an electronic fairlead that goes side to side. That's even better. You just gotta make sure that that's under load but any winch should be under load. I mean, even if you only have a cinder block or something laying around, at least use that. But any winch should be under load while reeling in. It can be 20 pounds or it can be 200 pounds, like your friend leaning back on the winch cable. But whatever you do, just take the extra time, wind up your winch properly like this. It's going to very much lengthen the life of your winch, and it's definitely going to be worth it. So this is a Warren Works winch. I haven't had any winch. This is my first winch besides a ratchet come along, and I really have nothing to compare it to because it's my first winch. But my friend says he likes the Warrens better than the cheap Harbor Freight ones, but the Harbor Freight ones do work pretty well. I mean, any winch will last a long time, you just gotta take care of it. Now this one was starting to get warm, so just be careful when you're like winching cars onto a trailer that it doesn't get oven top hot. If it gets oven top hot, take a break for a half an hour, eat some lunch, drink a beer or something, but don't let your winch get too hot or it'll seize up. So see you guys later. By the way, this is my winch PowerPoint. It's a die-hard garden tractor battery and an ammo box. It really only lasts for about 50 feet of winching, which is like 43 feet is the usable cable on here. And it really only lasts for about that, so I'm just going to throw it on the trickle charger. I ran it completely dead yesterday winching, so it's not a deep cycle, so I want to put it on the trickle charger as soon as I can to hopefully keep it from going bad. But I am going to wire this directly to the ATV, so I only have to buy one. I mean, this is going to be on here as long as the winch is on here, so might as well use it for a more powerful battery for the ATV. And then I only have to buy a $45 starter to get the full electrical system working properly, which it does work properly, but the starter doesn't work properly. So anyway, I'm gonna take this out and throw it on the trickle charger overnight so it doesn't go dead again. Hopefully I don't get stuck again, which I won't go anywhere stupid, so hopefully I won't get stuck. Just feeding the horses like I normally do. But as soon as I hook it up to the ATV system, I've already checked everything and it'll all work. The ATV's charging system will charge that battery, so as long as I don't do a ton of winching in one day, I won't have to put this on the trickle charger overnight. I just cut a hole in the ammo box for the thing. I could have cut 2 squares, but what's the fun in that when you can cut out a whole piece? Whatever, it still needs to be filed. I'm gonna get the file out right now and file it. But yeah, alright, thanks for watching guys. My battery is toast, so see you later.